Hello, everybody. Welcome to another recording of Old Men Running. This is episode number 9. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you already know that there is a special guest in the studio. We have somehow gotten lucky to get an acceptance from the Seth James Damore, who has probably the best running YouTube channel ever created. I've been watching it for as long as he's been making videos. I think I might not have seen the very first one, but I think it was less than 100 when I joined your channel to watch.
Wow.
So it's
Very
been
good.
following you
Uh,
for a long time.
well, I'm the
Uh,
lucky one joining you too. So thanks for the invite and excited to answer your questions and dive into all things running and life. So,
okay, I appreciate that. So the other, of course, my cohort, Sam Pappas, down in Florida. Sam, why don't you let Seth know who you are? So he already knows me a little bit because we met for the first time a month ago.
Right.
And then but we've communicated, but he doesn't know who you are. So why don't you just let him know about your running journey?
Okay. Well, I'm retired Air Force. Moved down to Florida in 2016. I had both my hips replaced, one in 2017, the other one in 2018. And I actually started running in 2020 and just got my RRCA distance coach certification in June of 2023.
wow, very good. That's
Yeah.
quite the journey.
So Sam and I met because we both have the same run coach, Coach Bertrand Newson, and we met one day and we both went through the RRCA together. So we both became run coaches on this at the same time. So right now we have Old Men podcast, but it's ultimately I think we're going to have Old Men run coaching as well. That is a future endeavor that we're going to join forces and have a run coaching business.
Well, I'm moving up the ranks in my upper 30s now, so I'll join the old men club and crew shortly here.
Okay.
Hitting the Masters in a couple years, so
Right.
Yeah. So yes, one of the funny things we say about Sam and I, we both have 100 years experience together, but
yeah,
not
combine it
now.
not in running, but over 100 years experience and just being alive. So
nice.
we both started running late, and but we both feel better about it. So anyway, what I wanted to ask you, Seth, you've had a YouTube channel for many years, and one day the day before your first recording, you didn't have a channel. So how did you know what your channel was going to be about, and when did it go from like a lifestyle channel to a running channel?
Well, it's pretty easy to answer because I didn't know what I wanted the channel to be about, other than I wanted to share my story, my personal story, just my life, and I was a family guy and still am, but share my story and then also get better at video production. That was another big part of why I started the channel. And I think it was 2016. So it's, we're recording this in 2023. So 8 years ago. And then made the pivot eventually to the running more focused. I've been a runner my entire life since middle school. And but that was the initial rush. And I also wanted to have fun with the process of making videos, editing. So that's a short answer as to why I started the YouTube channel, and then eventually did niche down to the running.
Okay. So you started doing editing. Is that because you wanted to be in that business? Was that your goal at some point, to be an editor or
no, I had been doing some editing in the past actually, but I also was working with a team before I even started my own YouTube channel, making videos like wedding videos and promotional videos.
Right.
But I wasn't as hands-on with the video production process because other guys were doing it around me. So then I said, you know what, if I'm going to be doing this video production with, being a producer and directing and all that, I need to get more hands-on with a camera, with the editing, with the editing software. And there's, you can go to school for it, or you can just dive in head first and teach yourself. And so that's what I did starting in 2016. And as you know, it was a daily vlog for a long time, 7 years. And when you're forced, self-inflicted force to do it every day, you're just going to get better. Just like running, right? It's like
Right.
Right.
when you're consistent, you're going to get better. And that was the case with the video production.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and as someone who watched early on till till that day in June when you said this is the last daily vlog,
Yeah.
which was a sad day in our house. But
Sad day in our house too.
yeah, but the production went it was monumental from the
Mhm.
beginning to the end. I actually, to get ready for this, I started watching some of the older videos just to see what they were like, and
Sure.
just when you got the better camera and you learned how to use lights, and then you set up the studio, and then the
Mhm.
drone to get those epic shots.
Mhm.
A lot of your shots were like you'd set the camera up and the clouds would go by, and I thought, how did he do that? And I said, well, he just probably turned the camera on and then spent the day doing whatever he did, and then they just recorded the sky. That was is
Sure.
that the tip? Is that how you do it?
For capturing the beauty out there on the runs.
Yeah.
Man, some of it is, some of it is like, actually I filmed yesterday in Denver and it was pretty cloudy and kind of gloomy. So it wasn't a great day for filming. So really it's kind of hit or miss when you catch that epic sunrise or you
Yeah.
catch the perfect time lapse of the clouds, or thankfully in Colorado, we have a lot of beauty in the mountains, and it's, so you can strike gold with the camera more often than not. But it's a lot of, and what's so funny is I got so good at the video production, and so good that I could literally within like 50 miles or even maybe even a little beyond that, I know exactly different places to go to depending on the season, because that impacts where the sun is going to rise and set. So
Right.
I got so good at just knowing exactly where I should go depending on the time of year, because I did it year after year after year. So it's, experience, and like you said, eventually updating equipment, video equipment, that helps as well. So yeah, it was fun, and I'm still doing it, and not as often, but slowly getting back into it as we come back from the siesta, as I've said
Yeah.
before on
Right.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was an exciting day that when you made the next, the video after the hiatus, and the family changes, your family expanded
Sure.
in that break. I think a lot of us didn't even know that the new one was coming when you announced her.
Sure.
So you went for 4 boys and then 2 girls. So,
That's right.
I
Big
think that's
family.
the score.
That's
That's
what
the
I got.
score.
I got
Oh,
4
yeah.
girls and 2 boys. Yep.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
They're all grown now. I'm expecting a great granddaughter in April.
Oh, very good. Well, they're very exciting for the family. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big
So,
deal.
Not here. I just have 2 sons. They don't even have steady girlfriends.
Someday.
Yeah, someday. So also, now let's talk a little bit more about your running. So I think a lot of people that are going to watch this that know how you started. You before high school, you got into University of Colorado. You're a walk-on. I love telling that. You love telling that story, and I love hearing that story.
Sure.
So you had a pretty good success in college, but then you kept going, and then you started. Were you competitive right out of college? Did you start entering races?
I didn't. I took some time off. A lot of NCAA athletes talk about how they're a little burned out after college, because it is, it's interesting. I was thinking about this yesterday, actually. You have football, you have fall, the season is in the fall, and then you do a little bit of spring football. And same with basketball, you have seasons, baseball, running, you've got cross country, indoor track, outdoor track. So if you're an NCAA runner, especially long distance runner, you're basically in season year round. Now in the summertime, you're still running. It might not be like competing. So a lot of NCAA runners are burned out or just tired or just want to take a break. And that was me. I kept running, but I did take a break. I did a little bit of racing, but not a ton. And it really wasn't until, oh man, I would say like 5 or 6 years after college where I decided to pick up a little more of the competitive side and discover my mountain running skills, with Pikes Peak and those races that I've done. So yeah, no, I took a little time off after college. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're back in it now that, I know you talk about races. You and I met for the first time at a race, which was fantastic. This medal is never more than a few feet from me, but this is something that you and I both have that I'm so proud of, that you have it and I have it.
Yes.
And you got to meet my wife at the finish line, and she was excited about that, speaking to you. She knows I watched you all the time, and she's heard me talk about you, and she's watched you, and she's watched some of your family videos. She was interested more in those. She never really got into the shoe reviews, but when you had the family over and the birthday parties and the dinner parties at your house with mom and dad coming over, she liked watching those.
That's cool.
With Bridget.
That's cool.
So,
yeah, and that's what kind of makes the channel different thank you, Rena, right?
Rena.
Am I?
Yes.
So that's the difference. Well, first of all, thank you to her for helping me after CIM, hobbling around the finish line. I was a hurting unit, major. Yeah. So she helped me survive those moments. So a big shout out to Rena. But that's what I try to do on the channel. Is I love shoes. Shoe reviews aren't as exciting for me to create, and I love the production process and seeking the beauty, and that's why I try to make the shoe reviews a little more interesting to watch. But running is part, as I'm always say, running is part of life. Life is part of running, and so I try to integrate the family life and more than just training videos or racing videos, even though that's the main focus of the channel. So I'm glad Rena, got a little bit out of the channel beyond just the shoe reviews and the running.
Yeah, I watched all of them. They're interesting. I mean, I feel like your family was, a nice extension to. It's nice to just see a happy family watching your kids grow up.
Sure. Now we have an 11-year-old. So
I know. Yeah. So just a little side topic. Which one of your children make you laugh the most, or can you not decide?
Oh my goodness, that's.
I know which one makes me laugh the most, but I don't know if it's the same for you.
Really. Almost all of them. I mean, but I would say the three older boys, I mean, Joseph, maybe Joseph, he's definitely witty, but they all really do. Frankly, they get it from their mom. Shout out to True Love. But it really, the three oldest boys, like they all have their different type of wit and, side jokes. And so that's a good question though. They get it from their mom though.
Yeah, every time I knew something funny was going to happen if Michael or Henry were in the videos, because to me those guys were the cut ups, and Henry is he always seemed like he was going to. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he's almost 3 now, or maybe older than 3. So I'm sure he's doing very well.
Yeah, Michael's a ham. Michael's a ham. He knows how to. He knows how to. He knows when the camera's on. Let's just put it that way.
It's true. Yes, Michael. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's why I thought Michael is the one who seems the funniest, and to me. My goodness. So so your kids are great. And by the way, if anybody who is listening to this podcast has not seen a Seth Themoore video, get on YouTube right now. Well, as soon as you finish listening to this, and just binge some of his videos. One nice thing that you do, Seth, is you break up a couple of different. You have different. In YouTube, you've created playlists, so people can find something of interest to them. I just ended up watching the top 10 vlogs, which are interesting. There's that one. In your opinion, those are the top 10, and you have things about different races and when the kids were born. And I think it's kind of funny that the most recent one is when the more the merrier, which was a fun video when you had to go to the hospital. That's in your top 10. And so is when Eliud Kipchoge broke the 2-hour marathon. So that I think says a lot about you. Family man that loves running.
That list could probably be updated, because I don't think I've updated it in a little while, but it's a lot of the big family moments, big running moments. I'm sure the Pikes Peak first race is on there, I'm guessing, but maybe not. But I'll have to go back and I try. That's the thing. Like, there's so many topics, and oh my goodness, when you make a daily video for 7 years, you've got a big library, big
Yeah.
library. And
I'm
so
sure. Yes, you do.
I'm trying, it's literally, I think it's over 2,700 videos at this point. So when you try to sift through it all, I try to help everybody by, okay, you can go find the playlists and then just start digging. Like if you just like Adidas running shoes, I've got a playlist for that. If you just like videos about training, I've got, a couple playlists for that. Or just my favorite playlist is the racing playlist, because
Hmm.
it just there's probably 60 videos on there, but it's really kind of higher end video production, but also there's nothing like race day. Everybody loves race day. So that's probably my favorite playlist, is the racing one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the videos are great the way they're logged up, and you created a couple of different things that have stuck around, and I think have been duplicated by other people, such as like the running shoe matrix. I've seen some other videographers or YouTubers, shoe tubers, as sometimes they're called,
Sure.
create this matrix of groups of shoes, and I'm pretty sure you either coined the phrase or were the first to create the shoe matrix.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen, I guess I haven't seen anybody else do it, but
Yeah.
the Matrix, I realize I got to update them. I haven't made one in a long time. I took a break from running shoe reviews. As you can see behind me, we've got literally pile of those are old shoes. And so, and actually, what's funny? This is great. I'm glad you're asking. Well, we're talking right now. Literally last night, my oldest, Joseph, he's 11. His foot is not that much smaller than mine, and he's
Right.
11. And
Wow.
I mean, it's so what basically he and Seth, my second oldest, went out to the garage and started digging through the pile of shoes. And like Seth, they don't fit Seth's feet, but Joseph's feet, it's not bad. It's like, instead of, one thumb width is what you want for that big toe, it's
Mhm.
more like 1.5 or 2. So he's got a little ways to
close.
go. But it's
Close.
not bad. And so he got really excited when he figured out, oh man, I might be able to start wearing some of Papa's shoes. And as you can see, we're gonna have a plenty for them, for the boys to wear for years and years to come. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I'm glad you brought up shoes, because I did have a shoe question.
yeah.
Do you remember the first shoe that you reviewed on the channel?
I don't know if it was a review per se, but I do know it was. So I was starting, and oh gosh, it's the Nike Pegasus 35. I went to Minnesota. I went to the Mall of America. Oh, wait a minute. I take that back. It was the Nike Pegasus Turbo. So the old Turbo, which was a great shoe, they don't make it anymore, and they discontinued that lineup. But I went to Minnesota for my other job, a video production job. Went to the Mall of America, filmed the whole process of going into the Nike store, buying the Turbo, because I knew that if I put Nike Turbo in, Pegasus Turbo into the title of the video, it would start to get traction on YouTube. And that was really kind of how the channel started to grow, was the Nike Pegasus Turbo. But shortly thereafter, I got the Nike Pegasus 35, and then the New Balance Beacon, which I think the V1, and we nicknamed it the Baby Blue. So anyway, that's kind of how it all started.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
So,
that's a trip down memory lane.
A lot of the shoes in my house are because of that. I bought the Pegasus Turbo after that video.
Okay.
And I bought the same blue Beacons that I still have in a box.
Yep.
I bought the same Hoka slides. So
I'm wearing mine right now.
To say that you're a video influencer, at least on Scott Struhl, is 100% true. And I think my wife might have banned me from watching your videos for a little while when she saw that I was
that's funny.
Everything that Seth has, you want to have.
That's fun. Well, and I appreciate the T-shirt you're wearing right now too.
Yeah, thank you for sending it.
So,
Thank you for making them. This was a great one. Sam is a little jealous. He's going to have to. I told him there's plenty of other stuff for him to get, and I told him about this store, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. So,
And
Right.
you're not the first husband to say that their wife has said no more watching Seth.
it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another question about shoes. Do you remember the first brand that reached out to you that said, Seth, we don't want you to buy these shoes. We want to give them to you. So when did shoes start showing up rather than you going all the way out to Minnesota to buy some?
That's so funny. That's a good question. I might not have the answer to that. I
then
would
there's a part two.
say, boy, that's a tough one. I don't know which brand was the first. My gut is telling me either Solomon or maybe Hoka, maybe one of those two.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I would guess that as well because you were doing more
Yeah.
trail running and you did run in the S Lab a lot, and so
Mhm.
I don't know which brands contacted you, but you were doing a lot of Solomon and Hoka
Mhm.
reviews before you got into Adidas and Asics and New
Yeah.
Balance
Yeah, it's Saucony.
and
Yeah,
Saucony. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm a fan of all of them. But
Mhm.
personally, I've said it on the channel already. If you look at my shoe wall, which is not as big as yours, but I have about 20 pair of running shoes.
Yeah,
Most of them, more than half, are either Asics or Saucony.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
and I'm starting to. Yeah,
Oh, what's that?
I was saying I'm starting to get some free shoes as well, which is kind of exciting because I work part-time in the shoe business, as I mentioned to you when we were in person.
Yeah.
So the retail establishment that I work at sometimes gives you a seed pair. And the
Mhm.
seed pair is so I can try it, run in it, and then when someone comes in, I can tell them my specific features and what I liked
Yeah.
about the shoe, not just that I saw it on the wall. So
Yeah.
I received some New Balance shoes at no cost to me, and I received the Nova Blast 4 this past week.
Oh,
So,
nice.
So it's exciting that I'm starting
That's
to.
fun.
I kind of feel like you. I'm
Yeah.
not reviewing them yet, but I'm getting shoes
That's
sent to me.
that's exciting.
It
Hey,
is.
that's how it starts. You got to
Yeah.
start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Sir.
I was going to mention a second. I just ran for the first time. It's been available for a little while, but the On Cloud Eclipse.
Yep.
On kind of was not so good from like 2018 to 2021. Not putting out great shoes in my opinion. And then man, this On Cloud Eclipse, I really enjoyed it today. It was my first run, but I posted about it over on the YouTube channel. So
Okay.
watch out. On is it's a maximalist shoe, a lot of stack height, kind of I would say probably a long run shoe, but it's watch out. It's got my attention. So
yeah, we do sell a lot of On shoes at the store. Mostly the Cloud Flyer or the Cloud Flow. The ladies like the Cloud Go or the X3, which is a nice walking shoe. But
are those plated shoes? Carbon or nylon plated, or
I think nylon.
Okay,
it's got a speed board.
Yeah,
okay.
They have a plastic nylon plate, kind of like the Endorphin Speed hat.
Yeah.
I think they have one carbon. The Echo Boom, I think, is carbon.
Yep, exactly.
I haven't seen that shoe. We don't sell racing shoes in our store.
Okay.
I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah. I heard some good things about the Eclipse. I'm hoping that our store gets it so I can try it out. I've run in the Cloud Monster, but that's the only On shoe that I own.
I didn't mind. I liked the Monster. It wasn't amazing, but this Cloud Eclipse has my attention. That's
awesome. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so we're coming. I wanted to ask you a little bit more, and I want to give you some time to. We have a couple of rapid fire questions at the end.
Sure.
Take the last thing. So something that's happened recently is you've become a salesperson of merchandise or of your products. So I think a lot of people know that you open the store and you have a lot of great things, not just awesome T-shirts that you can wear around the house, but the Demore store has is now selling things for runners, not just for people who are Seth James Demore fans, like the the Butter My Bread shirt or this T-shirt.
Sure.
So how's that going? I mean, I know you have a couple of things for the house, like coffee mugs, but you're also selling things for runners, like socks and singlets.
Sure.
Is that going well?
This is a huge topic, very exciting topic for me. I keep looking up because literally I'm surrounded by the merchandise over there. So I'm looking at the socks and the hats and the water bottles and all that. And man, oh man, where to even begin? Well, late 2020, folks on we probably had about 100 to 120,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. And people started asking, Seth, we need gear to race in. Well, I had no experience in apparel and developing apparel.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that word very specifically, apparel versus merch. I'll just point out what you're wearing, Scott, right now is merch.
This is merch. Yep.
Is where you take a logo or a saying like seek beauty, work hard, love each other, and you put it on a t-shirt that's usually not moisture wicking or a nice fabric for running in. And I was like, in 2020, this question keeps coming at me. And I'm like, man, I know nothing about starting a clothing line or an apparel line for runners. So I started researching and doing the digging and trying to figure out, okay, people are asking, that's good. That's a good problem to have. But how do you go about actually making running gear that is comfortable, moisture wicking, lightweight, breathable, all these components that go into a great piece of running gear? And I went down so many different rabbit holes trying to figure out sourcing, fabric. I literally have they're called swatches, like 100 of them sitting over there that I ordered from around the world and across the United States with just different pieces of fabric, trying to touch and feel like, okay, this would feel good for a runner. This would not feel good for a runner. This would feel good for an ultra marathon. This would not be good for a 1 mile race around a track type of deal. Mm-hmm. Long story short is that we launched a logo contest, which is now the logo that you see all over the place on social media, on YouTube, I should have grabbed, I don't have anything right here right now. I should have grabbed something. I won't leave the camera though. And that logo was a logo contest. It was an avid fan, ended up going with a guy who's a graphic designer over in the UK. He designed the logo, crushed it. We love it. There's a lot of hidden meaning behind the logo. And then I started figuring out, okay, how do we make this gear locally so that I can go and touch and feel it in person? And so we have a source here in Denver as our main. You don't have the shirt on now, but I know you have a shirt, Scott, that's made right here in Denver, Colorado. So it's pretty cool where I can drive, 15 minutes from my house and go talk to the owner of the manufacturer and say, hey, I want to change this. I want to add this. I want to, change it up for the cut and the fit, which is what we're working on right now. Anyway, we have gear now and it's going to continue. In fact, I ran in a long sleeve that I'm testing right now as far as fit yesterday that I just loved. It's exciting. It's demorestore.com. I'll give a shout out to it. You can go check it out. And, yeah. And then, of course, a big tradition on the YouTube channel is sharing a cup of coffee. And so that's where we have coffee mugs. We've got a lot of different colors, blue, green. Blue and green is our main colors, but this one just happens to be a rosé for some of the ladies out there. But anyway, I don't know if that answers your question, but it's been a long journey developing the logo, the brand, the store, like actual website, and then just figuring out how to source all this material so that people can buy it. And it's very exciting. It's been hard. It's been a lot of lessons. I'd say it's been much, much more difficult to start the store than to get the YouTube channel going and successful. But sure enough, here we are, and it's just getting started. So more gear is coming in the new year. So
that's awesome.
Congratulations, Seth.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah,
it's super exciting. I imagine one day it's going to be big enough where you're not going to be the shipper and the person who puts the tape on the boxes. You're going to need some help.
Let's hope so. That's a good point. I'll hire my boys.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Make them
if you
earn
need it,
their
yeah,
keep around here.
yeah. You want free shoes? They're not. Nothing's free, son.
Ex-
Right?
exactly. It's
Pack a box,
you
get a pair of shoes.
you want some shoes, you got to do exactly.
That's great.
That's a good point.
All right. So we have a couple of like rapid fire fun questions. So this is not
Yeah.
gonna. This will be just kind of fast, one or two sentences, and we can
Okay.
just kind of wrap this up a little bit. Wrap this up.
Yeah.
So this is well, when I ask the question, maybe you'll remember why I'm asking this. But
Okay.
do you still prefer to eat your cereal with a small spoon when eating cereal?
How you remember that or know that is amazing. Yes, I do. I prefer a small spoon. True Love prefers a large spoon. True Love is my wife. I like a small spoon. Yeah, smaller bites, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And is it just cereal or is it ice cream too?
Usually just cereal.
Yeah.
Ice cream, I'll go for the big spoon.
Yeah. Okay. That was something that it stuck in my mind when I saw that, and I said, "What kind of silly question can I ask?" So, all
That's
right.
funny.
So small spoon. What else we have here? Oh, so your kids are getting into running. Which one of your children do you think will complete a marathon and beat your time?
Oh man. That's wild. Oh man. I'll go with Seth. Named after me. So I'll go with Seth.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll see if that's true in a couple of years.
Okay.
So running paces. Do you? This is kind of putting you on the spot, maybe, but you created a pace. Do you remember the name of the pace that, at least only time I heard it was from you? And can you explain how you came up with that?
The Steezy.
Steezy. Which I always thought should have been on a shirt.
The Steezy pace. And you know what? I cannot claim the fame to that, though.
Okay.
That is a shout out to a fellow, how would you say it? Somebody from Jersey. But you're from Jersey, right?
I am.
So my collegiate coach, famous coach, Mark Wetmore.
Oh, Mark Wetmore.
So he actually, that's where I learned it from. So it's steady plus easy together equals steezy. So you're not quite going steady pace, but you're also not going easy. So it's a steezy pace. So I wish I could claim, but I got to give the due respect to where I learned it from. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with Mark Wetmore. He was a coach here at a high school very close to my house, and before he went out to Colorado and became
Bernardville.
Bernardsville.
Or Bernardsville, yeah.
Yeah, Bernardsville is the next town, yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, there's a chapter in Running with the Buffaloes about his migration to out west.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a great book, and I'm only reading that book because I read that book, but you know what? Your name is not in it.
No, that was before my time.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was, but I said maybe somewhere I'm going to see your name or someone.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah. So Seth James D'Amour's where he went to college is written in a book called Running with the Buffaloes. It's mostly about the coach and the team, but that's the same team that you are a part of for several years. So it's pretty cool about that. That wasn't too rapid.
Bob, what is the last pair of shoes you bought? What's the last pair of shoes you purchased?
Oh man. Oh boy. Okay. This is bad because it's been so long I can't even remember. I'm gonna say you know what? I'm actually gonna just say the Alpha Fly 2. Nike did not send that to me, so I actually picked that up. The Nike Alpha Fly 2. Good question.
Yeah. Do you remember what shoe that you cut open?
Well, the first one would have been the Nike Next Percent, the Nike 4%. Flyknit. Nike, did they call it the Nike Flyknit 4% or 4% Flyknit?
It was the orange one. It was the orange one.
I still have it. It's somewhere not far away.
I still have it too.
Yeah.
It was my first racer.
But I love it. That was a great shoe.
On camera, Seth tore it apart and to show us the plate, which was pretty cool.
That would have been cool. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, that is a great video, Seth. You do need to see that one.
That was a while ago.
He wielded a big knife and tore that thing apart.
Was that the knife one, or was that the oh, I also did one with a bandsaw, so that was pretty fun as well.
Yes, you did cut one with a bandsaw. I don't know if you used you didn't use the knife that you opened the boxes with.
What shoe did you cut with the bandsaw?
I think that was the Nike Next Percent. It was the green one. It was the Nike Next Percent or Nike Next Percent 2. I think it was the 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So all these names, and they change the names.
They change the names all the time.
Yeah.
I got a lot more videos of yours to watch.
Oh man, you could. Somebody actually who follows the channel she literally. I think it's a mom in California. She started at the beginning, and she's working her way through the entire library, and she updates me every now and then. Like I'm watching like Halloween 2021 or something crazy. So
my gosh,
you can go back into the archive as far as you want.
Yeah. I definitely will.
It'll take you years to watch them. There are over 3,000 videos.
It'll take you a long time. And listen, some are epic, some are a little more simple, but that's okay. That's how we do it on the channel.
Yeah, I always appreciated that because they were never more than 10, 12 minutes. So I'm pretty sure you did the science on that. How long will someone watch from beginning to end? But it was always a good length for me to do my foam rolling and stretching. That was my morning routine. I'd make the coffee, come downstairs, get on the foam roller, and your video would always be the first one that YouTube would show me.
Some got a little bit long. I will be frank. Some got like 15, 18 minutes, but I try to keep them around 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're manageable. When I see a video that's 25 minutes, watch later.
Yeah.
Right.
That goes into the watch later.
Watching a full sitcom episode.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm making them even shorter, just so you know, and everybody else watching right now. I'm going for more like the 4 to 8 minute range. So just because of my life is busy and I know other people are busy. So I try to, like tomorrow, I'm going to publish one very soon, actually, and it's going to be about 9 minutes. So.
Okay.
You might publish tonight.
All right.
So stay tuned.
If you have more coffee, I'll stay up. Well, it's getting late here. So we got 2 more questions. Sam, do you have them? Or you want me to read them?
Oh, you go ahead. I just asked the last one.
Okay. So this one, only because I've known you for a while and I know what your one of your jobs was. But do you have can you think of a memorable passenger that was in your car when you were an Uber driver?
Oh man. Oh my goodness. That's a wild question. I'm trying to think if I ever picked up somebody. So I used to drive for Uber when I was starting up the YouTube channel and just trying to make some extra cash on the side. I even delivered pizzas for like a short while. But I'm trying to think if I ever struck up a conversation with a runner in an Uber, but I don't know if I ever really got into that topic. I mean, it was okay. I'm a huge Broncos fan, so I love my Denver Broncos. So I would always try to pick like right after the game when it's really busy. Rates go up for Uber drivers, so you could make more money.
Right.
So I'd go pick them up. So there was some pretty epic, like when we would win. And this is actually, this is back when we had Peyton Manning, so we were really winning a lot. So I would pick up the fans after, maybe they had a couple beers in them, and it got pretty exciting in the car with two or three Broncos fans after a Peyton Manning win back. This is like 2016 basically. So
I was a big Peyton fan.
Or 2015, I should say.
I was more of an Eli fan, but I also like Peyton.
Oh yeah, you got your you got your championships.
Yeah. We
Giants.
Had a Peyton.
Giants over Jets.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yep. I'm in Giant country.
Okay.
All right. Last question. This might be a hard one to answer as well, but toasted bobo or buttered bread?
So everybody's who's listening to this and doesn't know what the heck you're talking about.
That's why
They're gonna have to go watch like hundreds of videos to just understand what you're. Toasted bobo. Toast. Gotta go with the toasted bobo. Oh my goodness, that is a funny question. I'm gonna keep it lightning round and just end it with that toasted bobo.
Okay.
So
awesome. Yep. I also eat bobos because they're made right in your neighborhood, and I've
Yep.
eaten my share of Bobos. But since
Yep.
I started running and I want to fit into smaller pants, I'm not eating them as often as I was.
Sure.
So that's a
That's
great
funny.
place to stop on a sweet treat. Seth, we so appreciate your time this afternoon.
Hmm.
We wish you all the best with the store and your running and the kids and the house. And
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We're big fans, and we'll always remain that way.
Well, thank you for sticking with me even through the craziness sometimes here at the D'Amour household and the siesta this past summer, taking a break from YouTube. And I can't wait to the next starting line we get to share. Maybe it'll be in the new year at some point, somewhere around the country. Who knows? But thank you for your audience's attention on this great podcast. So appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for watching,
Pleasure
everybody.
meeting you, Seth.
All right, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, have a great night.
You too. Thank you.